Hey, hello students. Now we will proceed to question number 8. See everyone, keep textbook in front of you. Okay. In text question number 8. Read the question. The vapor pressure of pure liquid A and B are 450 and 700 mmHg respectively at 350 Kelvin. Okay. Find out the composition of liquid mixture if total vapor pressure is 600 mmHg. Also find the composition of the vapor phase. Okay, students, very easy question. See, there is a solution made with the help of two liquid, that is liquid A and liquid B. So liquid A already vapor pressure is given how much? 450 mmHg, and liquid B vapor pressure is given 700 mmHg. And what they have asked in question, they have asked see the question, find out the composition of liquid mixture. Composition means, see, the liquid is made up of two things. Then what is the role of this A? How much is the role of this A and how much is the role of this B? Means how much is the mole fraction of A and how much is the mole fraction of B. Together they form whole solution. Okay, if we consider the whole solution as 1, then how much is mole fraction of A and how much is mole fraction of B. Okay, so and also they told to find the composition of vapor phase, that we will find at end. First we will find the mole fractions of both A and B. Okay, so let's start. So see what given, that is vapor pressure of A, that they are in pure form, they are given as a PA0, how much? 450 mmHg, and vapor pressure in pure form of B is 700 mmHg. And also they have given total vapor pressure of solution, how much? 600 mmHg. Okay, as we know, you might have studied in your school lectures, in your coaching lectures, that Raoult's law. What is Raoult's law? Total pressure of solution is equal to PA naught XA plus PB naught XB. XA and XB are the mole fraction of component A and component B. Okay, we need to find these two things. Okay, here in next step what we have did, this instead of XB we have written 1 minus XA. Why, students, tell me? Because XA and XB together forms 1. Then how can we find XB? That is 1 minus XA. Instead of XB we can write 1 minus XA. Okay, then we will put the values. Total pressure given 600, PA is given 450 and PB is given 700. 1 minus XA. We need to find, let's find first XA. Open the bracket, 700 minus 700, 700 XA. Then students see, this 700 we have kept as it is. Then 450 minus 700, how much? Minus 250 XA. And what next step? This minus 250 XA is gone that side and they have become plus. And plus 600 going that side will become minus 600. 700 minus 600 is 100. Then 250 will get divided here. You know that basic maths. And 100 divided by 250 is 0.4. Then what we got? Mole fraction of liquid A. How much? 0.4. Then tell me, what is the mole fraction of liquid B? It's 1 minus XA. Okay? Because you know why? Tell me. Because XA plus XB is how much? 1. Then if you know the value of XA, then how to find XB? XA will go that side. Okay? So see what XA value we have got here, 0.4 we have kept here. Then 1 minus 0.4, that is 0.6. Then we got the answer of first question, that is XA and XB, mole fraction of liquid A and mole fraction of liquid B. Okay. Now students, they have told us to find the mole fraction in vapor phase of A and mole fraction of in vapor phase of B. Okay, they have told us by Raoult's law. Again, we know the formula how to find in vapor phase, that is PA upon PA plus BB. Here also to find the mole fraction of B in vapor phase, that is PB upon PB plus PA, right? Then now we need to find the C here. We need to find PA value and PB value. Okay, see here by Raoult's law. What is the value of PA? PA is equal to PA naught upon XA. It is as it is formula we have put over here. PA naught just we got, it is given, see 450. And PA just we not, XA we just we got, how much? 0.4 we have kept here. So in this way we got PA. Similarly for PB naught value in pure form it is given. And mole fraction of B just we found here, we have kept here. So PV also what we got? 450. Then two values we got, that is PA and PB. These values we will keep here. See, PA value we have kept 180, right? And PB value you have kept here 420. 180 plus 420, that is 600. 180 plus 600, how much we got? 0.3. That is the mole fraction of A in vapor phase. Similarly, we have mole fraction of B in vapor phase. Instead of PA, we will keep here PB, down PB, and here PA. Okay, then 420 plus 180 is 600. Then 420 upon 600, how much we got? 0.7. Okay, so this was the question. First we found mole fractions of liquid A and mole fractions of liquid B. And in next question what they asked, mole fraction of A and B but in vapor phase. This was the question. I hope you understand. Now everyone see the next question. Students, see question number 9. Read the question. Vapor pressure of pure water at 298 Kelvin is 23.8 mmHg. 50 gram of urea, that is NH2CO NH2 urea, is dissolved in 850 gram of water. Calculate the vapor pressure of water for the solution and its relative lowering. Okay, what we need to calculate? Calculate the vapor pressure of water. That means we need to find only vapor pressure of solvent. Students, here urea is solute and water is solvent. Then we need to find the vapor pressure of water. Okay. Okay. So we need to find, student, two things over here: vapor pressure of water and also relative lowering of a vapor pressure. At last it is written relative lowering, right? So two things we need to find. So first see, what is given in question? That is, what is given? Tell me everyone. Vapor pressure of pure water. How much it is given? 23.8. Pure. Pure means there is not over here. P naught means pure. Vapor pressure of water in pure form is this much. Okay. Student, 2 means our solute and 1 means solvent. Then what is the mass of solute? That is urea. How much? 50. Given it is given 50 gram. Read the question. And how much is the mass given of water? That is W1. How much? 850 gram. In 850 gram water, 50 gram urea is added. Okay. So we can calculate molar mass. That is molar mass of urea and molar mass of water. Students, see how to calculate the molar mass of urea. See, in this whole formula of urea, how much is nitrogen? There are 2 nitrogen. That's why 2. And atomic mass of 1 nitrogen is 14. 2 multiplied 14 is 28. Then how many carbons are there? Only 1. And atomic mass of 1 carbon is 12. That was 12. Only 1 oxygen. Atomic mass of 1 oxygen is 16. That was 16. And how many hydrogen? There are total 2 and 2, 4 hydrogen. Atomic mass of 1 hydrogen is 1. Then total, if we add, how much we get? 60 gram per mole. This is the molar mass of urea. Similarly, molar mass of water, 2 hydrogen. There are only 1 oxygen. And we got the molar mass of water. Okay. So what we know? Vapor pressure of water in its pure form given. Mass of urea given. Mass of water given. Molar mass of urea we calculated, molar mass of water we calculated. Now student, just use the formula, okay? So according to Raoult's law, what Raoult's law says? Tell me what Raoult's law says. Raoult's law says that relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. This is said by Raoult's law, students. Okay? Students, this left hand side, that is P naught minus P upon P naught. This whole left hand side denotes what? Relative lowering of vapor pressure. This left hand side. Okay. And how this right side came? See, right is equal to, Raoult's law, what is here? Relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. Then we can break down this mole fraction. What is the mole fraction formula? Tell me. Of 2. That is number of moles of solute divided by number of moles of whole solution. Whole solution contain solvent and solute. Okay, or we can write N2 plus N1 or N1 plus N2, doesn't matter. This is number of moles of solute, number of moles of solvent, number of moles of solute. This denominator denotes number of moles of solution. Okay, so this whole thing we have kept over here. Now see, again we break. Can we break? number of moles. What is that 9th standard formula? How to calculate number of moles? That is mass divided by molar mass. Say what? Number of moles is equal to given mass divided by molar mass. Similarly for solvent also, given mass divided by molar mass. For solute, given mass divided by molar mass. So we have break this number of moles formula. Okay, now see here, continue over here. Okay, this again relative loading of vapor pressure. Again we have put the values. Your mass of whom? Mass of urea. How much it is given? 50. That's why we kept 50. Molar mass of urea. We calculated. See how much? 60. That's why we kept here 60. Now this is solvent. One means solvent. Mass of water. How much given? 850. We have kept over here. Molar mass of water. Just we calculated. We kept here. This whole mass of urea given. Molar mass of urea we have found and kept here. Okay, so just we have put the values over here. Now 50 divided by 60, that is this thing. 850 divided by 18, this. 50 divided by 60, this. Student, just do calculations in your rough book. Okay, if you don't know how to do this type of calculation, ask to someone, but you should know the calculation, students. So students, what to do? See, denominator this plus this, how much we got? 48.05. Students, this 0.83 I have converted into 83. How? See, here I have shifted point 2 times. How many times? 2 times. So that's why 10 raised to minus 2. Right side I have shifted the points 1, 2. That's why minus 2. And 48.05 I can write, round off as 48. We can round off. Now students, 83 divided by 48. How much? 1.79. And in front there is 10 raised to minus 2. Now see students, 10 raised to minus 2. If I am multiplying something with 10 raised to minus 2, then point will shift to left side, student. Point will shift to left side. First point was between 1 and 7 and it is shifted for 2 times. 1 and 2. So this value we can keep here. Students, this value is, this is left hand side, what it denotes? Relative lowering of vapor pressure. Then what we got the answer of relative lowering of vapor pressure? That is 0.01. So second, that last line question was there, that we found the answer. Now we need to find what? Vapor pressure of water. See, now what we did in front, we have continued this denominator will go here and it will multiply. And now we will keep the values. See, pure form. Vapor pressure of water in pure form, it is given in question. See here. So we have kept this P0 value, we have kept over here. Again P0 value it will go up now, we have kept here. Now 23.8 multiplied by 0.017, we got the value 0.4. Do the calculation in your rough book, pause the video, okay. Then what we have done? We have kept this over here only. Minus P will go there and it will become plus P. 0.4 plus it will go here and it will become minus. So this minus this, what we got? 23.4. This we got what? Value of P. P means, what is this? Vapor pressure of water we got. Okay. So relative lowering of vapor pressure we already got here, and vapor pressure of water what we got? This we got. So in this way we found the answer for question number 9. Okay, now everyone see question number 10.